Good morning everyone. It's been a little bit of time since I made a video, but over recent days I've been thinking a lot about my website, in fact both websites, that's the public one and the private one, and I've also been thinking about Facebook and Twitter and the amount of time that I spend on both of those apps. So I've decided to come off Facebook and to come off Twitter and to devote my time entirely to my two websites. That's Bealtaine Cottage and Bealtaine Cottage Good Life, and this video channel on YouTube. So what's been happening over recent weeks, it's possibly about getting on for 2 months I think since I made my last video. Well, here we are at Bealtaine Cottage Permaculture Gardens at the very beginning of what is most visually autumn, but in fact autumn kicked in on the 1st of August because I follow the Celtic calendar, as most of you know, and of course midsummer is the 21st of June, so the end of July is the end of summer. So the 1st of August, autumn started creeping in very slowly here into the west of Ireland, and there are certain garden signs which would be acknowledgeable by anyone who has a flower garden, and that is of course the beautiful sedums, the autumn spectabilis sedums. Now these lovely flowers represent the last big feast of the season for bees and butterflies, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Now this is very early in the morning. I think it's about 8 o'clock. So here we have one bee on the sedum, and you can see she's very still and she's drinking very deeply of the nectar. And you can possibly hear other bees around because she's a beauty, isn't she? Beautiful bumblebee. Of course, most of the bees here at Bealtaine Cottage are wild bees. I don't keep any creatures. I don't keep bees. I don't keep hens anymore. I've given up my hens because I didn't get a lot of joy from coming out each day and feeding them and they looking at me as though to say, please let us out of this run and just let us go wild. So even though they've been domesticated for I don't know how long, they still have this urge to get out and just scrat about in the wild. And that doesn't give me any joy to see that. So I just thought, okay, this is now, excuse me, this is now the beginning of my complete and full vegan journey. So there's the only animal, well, I don't say the only actually, Sammy Bear's around somewhere, but Jack likes to be free, he loves to run around the gardens. So what I wanted to speak with you today about, and I'm going to try to keep the videos fairly short because I have gone into sort of hour-long videos which have taken a lot of time to upload and can kind of work against me making videos, in that I kind of get put off by going too deeply into a subject and then having to upload, and you know, there's a lot of stuff like that. But anyway, I'm not going to witter on. I'm going to talk just a little bit about the kind of permaculture that I practice. I call it, and I think I've coined the phrase, goddess-inspired permaculture. This is because after 12 years of developing these gardens from a 3-acre rush-infested piece of land, I have come to recognise that there is an absolutely incredible divine feminine force here at work and play. Now, it's almost impossible to have a name for her. I know that in science circles she's referred to as Gaia. I refer to her at times as Mother Earth, Mother Nature, but always with the feminine pronoun. And I know that over the centuries and over, well, the millennia, we have used, really we have only used the male pronoun in terms of the force that lies behind the universe and all of life. But anyway, I have been there for most of my life. I've come away on a journey that's brought me into the embrace of the divine feminine, and the only way that I can communicate and co-create with this absolutely beautiful, beautiful, but sadly abused earth is to recognise what I do is female inspired, and it is therefore goddess inspired permaculture. I listen to Mother Earth. I listen to what she wants me to do. It is an intuitive listening. It is an intuitive voice. It is part of our consciousness, I do believe. So, Bealtaine Cottage is very much the result of dedicating 12 years of my life to goddess-inspired permaculture. There are very few places within the garden, if any, that have any presence of a controlled influence. Now I mention that because much of what is regarded today as gardening and horticulture is about control. And in fact, many of the words that are used in the language of horticulture and of tending Mother Earth are words of violence and control. So let's attack those weeds. Let's kill this problem. Let's spray the garden before we start to plant. You know, it's all about dominance and control, and very much part of what I now deem to be the old patriarchal system. It is an old, misfunctioning, dysfunctioning system that is no longer of any use on this beautiful earth. So again, I go back to the goddess inspiration, and where I'm walking is the goddess. This is she, and she is a powerful force, not a finite force. We have been led to believe from the very beginning of our Abrahamic dominated civilization over the past 2,000 years or so that everything is to be dominated, everything is to be controlled. Well, not so. I don't. I don't attempt to control anything. Why should I? Mother Earth is far cleverer and far more creative than I could ever hope to be. So this is the result of goddess-inspired permaculture. I have worked with the land. I have shown reverence for the land. I have listened to the land. And in return, there has been a flourishing of great beauty here. I have not attempted to dominate this place. I have acknowledged that there is a much more powerful force than I ever imagined to be at work and play in this amazing place. And the amazing place is not particularly Bealtaine Cottage, although for me it is hugely amazing and inspiring and joyful. But the amazing place is this incredibly beautiful, forgiving planet. And who knows? Perhaps this planet really is the centre of the universe. And perhaps in our own arrogance and hubris, we have deigned that this planet is just a tiny little place that's got life, and the possibilities of life everywhere else are, increasing daily because we discover more and more. How dare we talk about life when we cannot even feed minimally the beautiful earth that we live on? How dare we go looking for other places to destroy? No, we have to make peace with Mother Earth. And this is what Dr. Vandana Shiva herself has said. We have to make peace with Mother Earth. So, this is what I feel has been my mission over the past 12 years. I have endeavoured as best I can to make peace with her. And you only have to look at the pictures and the videos to see that she is now at peace with me. And so the result of this approach has brought great abundance, great beauty, great peace, and great hope. Great hope. Not just to me, but to many, many people who have visited Bealtaine Cottage, physically have come here, who have come here online, through the websites, who have dropped by on Facebook and Twitter. So that's it. Goddess inspired permaculture.